Greetings folks, my name is Ryan and I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Bloodborne. I don't have PlayStation Plus, so I'm playing offline, unfortunately. This isn't necessarily going to be well, it's kind of a walkthrough, but I kind of like the idea of just sharing my way to play, and I think that makes it pretty interesting, seeing how different people play. And I know there are a million different people recording and playing the game, but I like to see every take on it. So I normally go with military veteran. I like the high vitality, endurance, strength, and skill. Good balance. I'm not too big on blood tinge or arcane. And I've already got a character here I'm going to use. And yeah, that's about it. Now, this is one of my favorite games, and I've been playing Dark Souls recently, and I played this a little bit before recording this, just to try to get back into the swing of it. But yeah. This game is just amazing, though. Sorry. I'm not really one for cutscenes. Well, if it's your first time playing it, definitely. But if it's something that you've played a lot of times, then you don't really need to re-see it that many times. Something to mention is, in this, armor and clothes, they don't really affect your defense all that much. I mean, besides a few special cases, there isn't really much you have to worry about in that department, which I like how it's separate from Dark Souls. I always love this fight. When I first played this, I can't tell you just how angry it can get you, because you have no idea. You have no idea how the mechanics work or anything, and you're just smacking at it and wondering why its health bar won't go down. And I mean, technically you're supposed to die and then go into the hunter's dream, but and then get your weapons and come back. And it's a pretty crazy first experience. That's why I love this game. I actually hated it at first and couldn't believe how unfair it was. And I think that's why a lot of people just drop the game. It's very challenging at first and doesn't give you any real tutorial or explanation on anything. And I think that's kind of what I love about it. After sticking with it, I was like actually planning on returning it like after I had gotten it, but I was just like, I might as well try to get to the first boss. And because like I couldn't even make it through Yarnum, so I'm kind of just skipping through everything here unintentionally, just out of habit. Picked up those Molotovs. I'm just picking up blood vials and bullets. And at this point, when you go into the hunter's dream, you can get your weapons. So if I had been killed by that werewolf, it would have just given me this cutscene and put me here. Then right here, you can pick your main right-hand weapon. Just for playthrough purposes, I'm just gonna go with the saw cleaver. It's the easiest to get used to. It's the easiest to operate. And same for hunter pistol. I'm not a blood tinge kind of person. I just like using them for parrying. Parrying takes a long time to get used to, but it is, once you get it down, it can be pretty fun. Now, I don't plan on trying to beat the game without dying or anything, or doing very well. I just want to play it, talk, just talk about it, and that's pretty much it. And I just like the simplicity of it, just doing a classic playthrough of a game, something you like, and not really having to worry about how good you're doing. And then, if it's your first time seeing this game, then I definitely advise watching someone else because I skip through a lot, just out of habit. You can talk to that guy, then you can pick up pebbles there. They're just used for attracting enemies, so, for example. Of course, he's already seen me, but you can lock on. But yeah. Then here we can drop down. Hopefully not take damage. And then the saw cleaver is just generally pretty easy to use. What I love about taking damage in this is that you can get it back. I'd say that's probably the biggest improvement that they could make from Dark Souls. Health, like in the health department, or like the health healing system. So yeah, this isn't necessarily a walkthrough. I might just explain some things sometimes, but it's mostly just a playthrough, showing how I play the game, and I think that should be fun. It's always just very fun going through Yharnam. Yharnam is, once you play it enough times, it's pretty easy. But no matter how easy it gets, it never feels like it's too easy. It always feels like there's still a threat and a challenge. Like, you may be able to kill this enemy 2 hits, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get hit. That doesn't mean it's not going to be a pain for you to try to run through the level. And yeah. And this guy over here, the executioner, I do not advise fighting him until you can come back later, leveled up, got your weapons upgraded. It's not really worth this early in the game. Then we can kill this guy, because if I ran out there, he would have just shot me right in the back. This guy here, I love this because I've seen a lot of people, when they play this, they run up here and they say, oh, I knew someone was hiding there. Then they go out here and get hit by this guy. It's pretty entertaining. Then for this part, you just want to rush right to this guy and kill him as fast as you can, because you're gonna have about I think 4 enemies right behind you. 2. Just 1, 2, 3, and here is 4. It doesn't hurt trying to get another hit, and even if they're dead, good measure does not hurt. Again, since this isn't a walkthrough, I may just explain how to do things, just because, just how the game is, and just when it feels right, I'll explain things. And these guys, they're, well, when you're first playing, when you've never played a Souls game or horror games or anything alike, definitely the first time playing through this is pretty terrifying. I mean, the controls are different from a lot of games. The gameplay is obviously different. but there's so much to love about this game. It just takes time to realize it. It can be a real pain sometimes, so I think no matter how good you get, this game can be a pain. Got some more Molotovs and a torch. I never really need it, but might as well just throw it into my equipment. This one isn't really a mandatory thing. A lot of items I get, they're not all mandatory. Some of them are just to speed up what I'm doing. These crows can be a real pain, but once you think about it, they're kind of cute. This part is probably well, at my failed attempts at speedruns in the past, just out of personal amusement, this part is now I know there's another way to go where you can just head straight to the second boss. But I think it's worth going this way anyway, because there's a lot of what are they called? Bloodstone shards, and it's easier to upgrade your weapon quicker. And depending on the kind of playthrough, well, in this playthrough I'm gonna be fighting all the bosses I plan on, but if it's a playthrough where not necessarily speedruns, but if you're just trying to get through the game, just I don't advise fighting the Cleric beast, but if it's your first time playing, I definitely recommend it, because it's a lot of fun. So this is the boss area, and when you run up to the Cleric beast, you want to go straight for its head, and just in a running attack, just do one light attack, and sometimes, I mean, maybe I'll miss, maybe not, but it can give me a opportunity for a, yeah, like that. Sometimes it'll give you an opportunity for a easy visceral attack. I forgot what it was called. I really love the weapon in this game. I honestly think it's a shame that this was the first Soulsborne game I played, because, well, after going back to Dark Souls, I really learned to appreciate this more, because this was the first one I played, and I mean, this is probably the closest thing to a perfect Soulsborne game. I know this is in ways a lot different from Dark Souls, but it's its own masterpiece, and I love it. Here we go. Depending on the enemy, its weak points, sometimes you can get a visceral attack. For the Cleric beast, it's definitely its head. Now, I could use the Molotov cocktails, but they're not really worth it. It's more worth it to wait till when you really need them later, for later boss fights. But there's a lot of people think, and including myself, they think it's really if you fail, like, I mean, this doesn't just go for Dark Souls, but just in general, that if you fail, you're bad. But I mean, if you fail something, then maybe you are bad, but that just means the next time you try, you're gonna be better. And maybe if you do worse the next time, then you're technically still doing better, because you just didn't learn from your mistake. because every time you do something, you get better at it, whether you think so or not. And I think it's something I really love about Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Every time you fight a boss, you're better than the last time you did it. Even if you beat it before and lost that time, because you're still learning from it. You just gotta think about it. Not much is more satisfying than just watching your enemy's blood be poured all over you like that, with the words "Prey slaughtered" over your screen. Now, I think I'm actually just gonna end this one here because I don't want the videos to be too long. I want them split up. Now, this is my first video overall, but I mean, if you liked it, then leave a like, and if you want to see more, then subscribe. If not, don't worry about it. But I love seeing other people's takes on video games or things in general. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright, and have a good day.